And we're back with another episode of My Suffering Continues, also known as Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. I'm your host, your RPG guy. So, I've unlocked and completed all of this nonsense. Actually unlocking chocobos in the big overworld area, and that's great and all. There was a few scenes with that, and I just made the executive decision to say don't worry about it. They were cute scenes, they really were. But there was no save point nearby when I unlocked them, and then I'm just thinking, well, that's another 30 minutes of bullshit I gotta do to... And I just said, no, it isn't story relevant, because you didn't have to do any of it to begin with, so let's just keep moving on. So we're back in this dump. This wonderful locale. No, I mean, it's not really a dump. I still have not found a decent place to get, any kind of money, so at this point I'm making the executive decision that we're going to keep trailing forward, because as we get further and further through the game, there's going to be better guild options for sure. So the necessity of getting that guild outweighs the lingering around this place any more than we need to. And whatnot, so... And I'm sorry, I had to belch and it didn't really come out. And at the same time, it's like, I believe in the later chapters we're going to be fighting enemies again who drop things that have no purpose. And that we can actively and openly sell. And so that's the other reason why I'm not too keen on lingering around out there much longer. I know there's CF missions that we could technically do to a degree, and
just another battle.
Like you can get items from that you could sell for money, but I haven't found any, and so I haven't found one with a continual reward that is actually worth it. So if anybody asking why haven't I done that yet, is I haven't found one worthy of giving me enough money that it would make it worth our time. And so until we get to that juncture, I just figure we're not going to level up weapons or anything until we have a good flow or influx of funding coming in. And that's my stance. Because it's just, we're wasting time. I'm wasting time getting thousands upon thousands of CP with no means to, at this exact moment, spend it. Because, again, I'm not going to waste our funding. I'm not going to waste our time on that. Okay, so he's going to keep deploying more and more. So we really need to deal with him, the big guy. Get that phalanx. Because Hope will actually do some crowd control with his massive magical attacks, so those are things we don't need to worry about. It's more about getting this boxed phalanx down here. Because we still don't know what he's weak against, and I'm too lazy to use the Libra. So he's almost dead, and if we pop into a fight with another one, we'll do it then. But he's about to go down, like so. And then we can gang up on the rest of these guys. This might actually be one of those endless fights, but the problem is I think if you let this go on too long, you're gonna get overwhelmed. And I don't know how much CP you're gonna get from them coming in, because I want to say this game doesn't keep track of that. So, not in any way that's significant. Yeah, 39.90. Didn't get much, and we killed a shit ton of those dudes. So, I'm going to assume or presume that you don't get much for it. Welcome to the Earth Sphincter.
Yep. I bet it's off digging more tunnels right now.
They seem different from all the foul sea we've seen on Cocoon, you know? It's like they just plow through, without caring what happens around them.
That's true. Then again, we were able to build our village on land cleared by Fal'Cie. We lived alongside them, just like you do on Cocoon.
Oh yeah, this is just like Cocoon.
In a world this big, who knows what we'll find?
Giant fal'Cie turds. Still waiting for that, by the way. So we get to the Mahabara Subterra, which is riddled with more robots for us to fight, which is fine. We've been fighting a whole bunch so far anyway. Getting nice, delicious bomb cores and other things that we can power level off of. So you're not going to hear me complain about that. And again, we haven't found a source of income, because we're looking for like multi-thousand gil drops in order to achieve those clear item requirements of 200,000 gil and so on. We need money, that kind of money income. And just selling off the generic stuff that we're carrying that we're going to use to level up weapons and stuff is not going to do it. We need something much more tangible. Hence why I'm making an effort to try to explore as much of the area as possible to see if we luck out on any drops, which we have not actually done yet. And I'm sure there is a drop that we can get at some point. And I thought it was, and I swear I know it's in Chapter 11 somewhere, but for the life of me, I can't think of where. Well, we've narrowed it down to one of two elements. So, but he's gonna be dead anyway. Do. So this might be a shorter episode, just on principle of where we're going, since we're now exploring new uncharted areas that are of interest, without having to fight, small army of enemies or like some massive jackass enemy that's just gonna rip my face off. Okay. So let's keep moving. Nice. Get a drop on this dude. It's all pretty much halved. And again, if it means moving further in the story because we're not getting much going on in Chapter 11, then so, like I said, so be it. You'll notice that only the exterior, those enemies on the steps were a threat, and that there were maybe the King Behemoths, the tiger-looking dudes that were giant, and of course the Adamantoids were the only things we could not kill. So everything else we killed just fine. As far as I'm concerned, it's an issue with like what we can accomplish elsewhere at this juncture. Get some.
Didn't even break a sweat.
You can see, look at that. There's another fal'Cie stone, or l'Cie stone over there. So we're getting there, and that's a teleportation one, I think, which is equally useful to us. Zagoron!
Look at that thing. Let me guess. That's a foul C?
Yep. Busy carving out new tunnels.
Making roads where roads ain't meant to go, huh? It kind of sounds like us. All right, roly-poly. Let's hitch a ride on that thing.
Now you're thinking grandpa style.
Just shoot me now, please. Just end my suffering. Okay, let me see here. Probably bypass some of these. So it's a phalanx that we gotta beat. And where is... Okay, the phalanx is actually kind of the direction we need to go. Not gonna get me to complain about that. The matter is just going over there. Ah. Get the Centurion last. Because the hoplites will kind of just disintegrate every round or so. That way we're reducing the amount of incoming damage, whereas the one we're going to leave behind here to do last, he's going to be harder to kill. The Centurion.
Time for another approach. And I was just getting started.
And that's all there is to it. And there's our target there. To whom we're not going to get the drop on. Which means it's going to be a tricky, drawn-out fight. Remove at least one hot flight before we go to the phalanx, maybe two. Depending on if he brings more in right away. Yeah, he's bringing more in. How many? I see 3.
Change of plan.
Thank you.
You look okay? You look okay? Keep the enemy off balance.
Yeah, he's gone.
Target the target.
You can see the maxing out the Crystarium is like night and day for getting through here. Actually, that was not the mission. I thought that was. There's the mission. So gotta use magic.
Change of plan. Thank you.
Why did you... Just why?
Thanks. Thank you. Time for another approach. You're nothing. Deal with this. Keep the enemy off balance. Here. Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Go after Fang, damn it. There we go. Now we can kind of get him killed here. Now we gotta pick off his buddies, and then we're good to go. Yeah, it's one of the few times where killing the phalanx enemy, which in this case was the boss one,
Living on the edge.
much better strategy. Much better strategy than doing and dicking around with anything else. Okay. We've earned avoiding a fight.
I don't like the air here.
Well, that's because I keep fucking farting! Nice. And we'll save because we finally made it through. We're back in another outdoor area, it would seem. And a rather big one, too. And look, I guarantee in the next couple chapters we're still going to have our work cut out for us.
You remember them, right?
So,
Yeah, sure. I
again, making this all
We're all over Airbar.
a practice of failure.
It's my fault Grand Pulse ended up like this, isn't it?
What?
I remember everything. I became Ragnarok. I scarred Cocoon. And I left Grand Pulse in this mess. It was me.
No, you bitch.
What are you talking about?
It all came back to me. Everything that happened with iFocus. All of it.
It came out of you like bad Mexican food that's cheap and usually Taco Bell, which isn't real Mexican food, flowed out from me. In the worst way. As we're going to be lovingly getting one of these fights.
The
Okay.
No choice, I guess.
I'll deal with you.
Yeah, as you can see, we just hope for the best here. And we'll see if we get lucky. If we actually can get through this, then that's great. If we can't, we'll have to set it up so they're both debuffing, because that'll make the Gestalt gauge go faster. It's a very straightforward fucking strategy. It's not rocket science. And it doesn't flat out seem like we're doing enough, so... To be fair, there's no point in waiting for the final thingy. Let's try it like this.
Bring it on!
There we go. Got it. And there it is. Probably one of the easier Eidolon battles, just because yeah, just debuff
I
them.
knew something was off.
Like I said, if you die, just make sure you have both
Always
characters
wanted
debuffing, because it would all
since
add up
we
to the
woke
same
up on
result.
Cocoon. I couldn't figure it out, but then it all made sense after hearing that story from Reigns. You already knew. You knew Ragnarok was the name of destruction.
It wasn't fair. You had to do all the horrible stuff. And I didn't have to do anything.
That is no reason to lie to me. You think that's what I want? You of all people!
Punch her! But I like violence.
Poor kid. You've had it rough.
Fang.
Listen, you're not alone anymore.
I'm so sorry.
Keep that up and you'll have me crying soon.
I can't cry with them because
Family now.
this has destroyed my sense of
We stick together.
humanity.
You hear me?
This game, my faith in humanity. Luckily, things have restored it along the way, but every time I play this, it makes me wonder why. Why? Just why? Somebody's sitting there going, "This is a really emotional moment. You should be more sensitive." I am a motherfucking sensitive motherfucker. Okay? I am king of all sensitivity, man. And this story still sucks. So anyway, let's go ahead and make a save. As you can see, there's another big area we've got to get to. Yay! Because literally, we've been doing pretty good about knocking out these quests. Because there's the order right there. wasting our time with it, and we're definitely good on CP for right now, up in the 200,000s. Again, many of you wondering why I'm not spending it yet. We will spend all of this CP when I'm damn hell ready to, because I believe, and I want to say there's one more sphere level or crystal level before endgame, and then you can spend everything after. If we start getting close to the endgame area, and we haven't gotten a Crystarium upgrade, I'll spend it then. But until then, that's a no-go. I'm not gonna waste my time. And waste all that CP only to find out later that we needed it for something else. You know? And that's a big thing. It happens a lot in games like this, where like, oh, I'm not gonna need to save all that AP, all that SP, whatever system they're using at the time. You know, I'm not gonna need to spend it. It's not like it's the frickin' sphere grid, which is a better version of this, where the sphere grid just lets you spend it no matter what. I'm attacking the wrong guys. There we go. Look at that. Hope's just freaking devastating it on his own. Yay. Oop. Chest. Treasure sphere. Ice charm. I see a problem down the road there that we're gonna have to deal with, or if we can avoid it. Yeah, no shit, dude. We know we can't beat that thing. Or if we can, we surely as hell couldn't do it earlier. So we'll go around. And look at that. Conflict averted. And again, we've been leveling up pretty hardcore, so that's the reason why we're not wasting our time with some of these fights, because we might have to waste some of the time anyway to get gear drops to level our stuff up. So that I'm not going to worry about that till we're, you know, much further. Oh, god damn it. I did not mean to bump into him. Alright, let's see here. Go after the rust puddings. Okay. Now go after the bomb. And boom goes the dynamite. Alright, to get to the end here. Or at least to another cutscene. They're not looking. That's my excuse.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Should be able to avoid this. There we getting to the end here. No treasure chest. Now let's see.
No way through. Man, that foul sea must have been slacking.
Wait! Stop already!
Ugh, it's the vile peaks all over again.
Hey!
Hope! Get out of there!
Is she trying to stop it? You can do it!
Well,
What are they doing?
Ooh, well that was cool. Go robot guys.
Good lesson for us. Not even a mighty foul sea is a match for the power of teamwork. That is inspiration right there.
you tell him,
Save your
Zaz.
sermons, old man. Let's hop on Trailblazer here, while we still have the chance. On we go, then.
And boarding Atomos we go. Whee! Because this is, I think, another teleporter one. Again, allowing us to teleport throughout the chapter and everything. So, taking advantage of that's going to be big. I'm sure it's out here somewhere. Wait. But see, we're still in Chapter 11, and they've now taken that big open area and shrunk it back down again. For no reason then, other that they could. But I still will point out that 10 had this problem too.
I was talking to Sarah. Just telling her that we're all gonna be okay.
So pretty. Sarah, you'd been crying, hadn't you? Back when we first met?
Because she knew this game was awful. I know. I'm sure somebody's gonna. I'm sure everybody's gonna hate the fact that I just do nothing but bash this game every chance I get, but I can't help it.
Decided to do nothing and wait
If you don't like it, go somewhere else. That's all I have to say to you.
Because I did nothing, others got dragged into this nightmare, and I was the one to blame.
How's the scrape?
Huh? Fine. Much better, thanks to you. Oh, sure you don't mind. I mean, I'm not keeping you from anything, am I?
I have to make a poopy.
Don't worry. I could sit here for hours.
Oh, I have only so many shits to give.
Do you think we'll meet again?
Coolly.
Sure.
I think my stance is, other than Zaz, most of these characters are bad people.
See, the thing is, I was chasing after someone.
Snow sucks at being a hero, Lightning's a prick, Vanille's an impulsive liar, Fang is a destroyer,
Never find the words.
Hope is hopeless.
Gee, that's gotta be tough, huh? Yes.
Yeah.
I
Zaz tries to shoot himself, I guess, if you really want to make an argument.
Well,
And the rationale for a lot of it is on thin little strings.
really? Sometimes things seem easier when you look at them from a distance, you know? But does that really work?
I mean, the visual quality is good.
I'll let you know.
Voice acting isn't terrible.
Actually, I've been
It's a
trying to
little
keep
annoying,
something
but
of
not
distance
terrible.
myself.
The villain is near non-existent.
Like what? Don't laugh, okay? It's a dream I had. A bad one. I dreamt I destroyed the world. It was terrifying. I needed some time alone. It had me so scared, I tried to run away. But then, my boyfriend, he came chasing after me. It's when I understood. Running away and leaving behind the people you care about? That isn't love. Though you might just want to keep them safe, shutting them out of your life only hurts them more.
Well, okay,
Point
fair
is,
enough.
I have people I can count on. I'll make it through.
You might want to get a return slip on that.
It'll be fine.
Snow's not somebody you can rely on. He's just a big
Find
asshole.
the words. I'm sure of it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What else can I say?
Give me $50.
I'm not the one you should be asking, Vanille. You'll know what to say when you find your friend. You'll see.
When you find your friend, you look at her and go, "What the fuck?" I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
You mean you met Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she pooped. It was weird.
I tried to hide our focus, and she ended up on the sea. I wanted to say I was sorry, but
All of her lies has what led to all of
Well,
this.
you rescue her. Maybe you'll get the chance.
yeah, I hope so.
Come on.
Brrr.
I think Sarah saw the same vision of Ragnarok that we did.
Want to read that again?
Daisley had to be lying when he explained her focus. I think she beat it. She handed Cocoon over to us, and that's what made her turn to Crystal.
Yep. I know.
That was a very horrible line reading, not gonna lie. Okay, we're back in control for the better. Because we got some backstory that, guess what, led to nothing changing. You could say it added a little bit of more insight into Vanille, who needed that insight, but you can say somebody needs insight,
Should be easy to hit.
but if it doesn't amount to anything, then what was the point? And you're getting a lot of monster goodies here, which is good. Very good. Give me the goods. Aquabane brooch. Probably not useful on enemies that would absorb water damage. One would think. Moistened scales that are Moist. Goodies for me. It's funny because they're looking right at me. So it's not like we're gonna get the drop on them or anything. Simple enough. And mission complete. Cobaltite. Or Cobaltite. However you want to say it. Alright, now we can kind of head back the way we were going. And for those of you wondering, there are ways to gain CP later. Oh, God damn it, later in the game. So you might be thinking, why not get more CP here? But since we're maxed out on CP and we're not hurting for CP right now, and if we do get access to another tier, I'm sure we're going to burn through everything we've collected and still have to grind some. But at least the grinding will be to a minimum. Or at least reduced. I would saying it's to a minimum is misleading. And clearly there will still be a large chunk that needs to be done. There's no treasure tree over there because there's a sea stone there that we'll worry about if we even need to. Because look, it just keeps going on and on and on. Ultimately achieving us almost nothing. Though theoretically in my head, you could probably have walked through here and gotten enough CP to get halfway through that level of Crystarium in every class or so. But you would not complete it just fighting every enemy in here once. You would not complete the thing. And you'd be pretty pissed, I think, later to, you know, knowing that you didn't complete it. And not being able to come back and work on that some more, and amongst other things.
Hey, Sarah, what dreams are you having up there?
Gotta be better than this!
We walked pretty far today. Let's rest up and start out fresh tomorrow.
As we get a mystical, magical, awesome little cutscene.
How's Sarah?
Same as we left her.
Like a fart in the wind.
So far away now. Sarah says she wants to talk.
Is it me, or do they make his 12 o'clock shadow look more 12 o'clock shadow-like?
She'd probably prefer it if you skip the lectures. Hey!
Once we're home, what's your plan? You're getting married, right?
What's that?
Sarah wants to know.
Don't scare me like that.
You are getting married, aren't you? Don't you let her down, you hear me?
Because if you do, you're gonna get your ass kicked, bro.
Don't worry. This tear will be her last. I'll make sure of that.
That's all I need to know.
You will see her, right?
Don't go there. No room for doubt.
You're right.
We'll see her again. And soon.
A little uncharacteristic of him.
Reminds me of that. So stay strong.
Normally he's just so full of his own bullshit, you know?
We'll finish this and go see her together.
I like how there's like cold hard cummies hanging from the fucking. I'm just a big asshole. What have you guys not figured out yet? You don't have to be so mean. Yeah, I do. It's my defense mechanism for this being so counterintuitive and lame. This keeps me from going out. You know, it's like me venting about it as we play keeps me from going out and, you know, banging my head against, you know, other people's faces, smashing them in. Okay, not really, but you get my point. Why don't you just not play it? Because I need to do it for posterity. It needs to be done. And once this is done, it will never be done. I will never play this game again. Unless I'm being paid a exorbitant amount of money. And I'm being honest with you. That's a stance. Like, you will not catch me ever playing this again. Because I will not even use playing this playthrough of this as a bet against me. Oh, no. So, you can kiss that fucking train goodbye. This looks familiar. Esque. Okay, let's spend time here. Okay, yeah, you know what? I know this. Okay, I remember this. This is good. We're on the right track to getting our big fat stacks. I think.
Through there, and we'll be in Aber.
You're almost home.
I believe there's a place to grind the gill here that we need. So we'll exploit the shit out of that coming up. I believe, and again, I believe it's one of the CF Stone missions.
Oh, so we just head through this foul sea's lair to get to Erba, right?
What's another foul sea at this point, huh?
What, they've seen, what, 3 or 4 so far? Lovely. But yeah.
About that one I don't like.
And it wants to viciously and violently murder your face? Okay. So this looks like another teleport pipe. Cool. We're still on course.
Something strange about that one.
Yeah, no shit, dude. And we can just kind of head up and around to unlock it. Most of these enemies aren't really worth the time. So we will try to avoid them if they will let us avoid them. Because, yeah, they're not really worth it. Unless they're guarding a treasure, this one enemy is really just a waste of time. You can see I'm slightly curving away when they start charging me, which helps me defend myself against them. From getting jumped, per se. Something's nearby. If I can hear its wings. Alright, we're coming up here. In range of the goblin fight that I'm kind of mildly concerned about. There's 2 big boys. The Munchkin and the goblins. Luckily we'll power through the goblins. Or at least that Munchkin. Time for another goblin to get killed. And probably in our best interest to go for the big Munchkin. And leave the final goblin last, because he's just going to keep buffing them. It doesn't help us, because we got to get hit by that kind of stuff.
Keep a cool head. Don't give up.
Let's go after the Maestro here. Let's take this guy down. Apparently, I will accept him mostly just standing there and letting me beat him up. Not gonna lie. We'll leave magic going because he's weak to magic, or he's not got any benefits to magic. And the battle is won. Another teleporter is open. Rhodochrosite. Nice. We're getting a lot of catalyst gems drops. Not sure what we're going to use them on, if it means selling them for cash to get stuff we need. It's hard to say. It's on my list of things to consider of what we got to do. As we're heading up and around. We were close. I know we can't, but we were trying, darn you. She ruined it for us. It was all going so well. Screw this. There we go.
Change of plan.
Let's just recover here.
Appreciate it. This'll be fun. Appreciate it.
Well, like I said, I just keep constantly ripping ass, so I can't help you with that.
Places like this.
There's something you don't see every day. Welcome to Tajin's Tower. Whee! Welcome to Tajin's Jungle. We've got fun and games.
Huh? I'm not the only one hearing that, am I?
No, it couldn't be them. Could it?
I don't know. It's weird. Like voices in my head.
That are not the usual ones, these people here, because you have to be somewhat crazy to even have these characters.
Draws the tyrant's gaze. Leave this place at once.
We can't leave. This is the only way for us to get through. Please, help us.
As you wish. Look for us, and the way will open.
Uh-huh.
That was easy enough.
You never know. Could be a trap.
Could be. don't see no stairs, though. Do you?
Nope. This is our ride. Bumpy or not.
The other issue I take part with this game too is that there's a lot of unexplained stuff
Watch my back.
that seems just kind of unexplained for the sake of being unexplained. Nice. So let's head up to the save point. And this is a great place, guys, for us to stop for right now. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/XIII for more live gaming action. And when we come back, we start figuring out, Tajin's Tower. Specifically, again, I'm looking for that location to grind Gil. I'm pretty sure it's here. I remember a lot of hanging around this area back when this game came out. And the one time I streamed it a couple years ago. So, yeah, like I said, I played it once, twice. This is my third time ever playing this game. And I remember both of those times, or at least the most recent time, spending a lot of time here. So, yeah, I have a feeling this is where we're going to grind either CP or Gil. If it ends up being CP, we won't be here very long. But if it's the Gil, we'll see. But, yeah. We're coming a long way, and we still got a long way to go. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/XIII for more live and gaming action, and we will see you guys next time.